Hello. So I have done a thing. I have practically finished my towers, and the only thing that I have yet to do is fill them with storages. Now, from now on, I think I will be working on stuff to make the end more self-sufficient. That means stuff like adding in wheat, carrot farms, etc., and animal farms, and I have a slight feeling that animal farms are going to prove to be a little difficult to do. Also, some new news, I have a new microphone. But it's a little quiet, and I do apologize in advance for that and any inconveniences that may cause, but I will try my best to make myself audible. Speaking of audible, let's give our word to today's sponsor. Audible is the world's leading audiobook provider. There are so many different kinds of books you guys can listen to. Ha! I'm just kidding. I don't have a sponsor because I'm not big enough for sponsors yet. And that clipped. I'm sorry about that. Alright, so welcome back. As you saw in the introduction to this video, I have completed the tower for the most part. I might add things later on periodically, but I just kind of wanted to get out and done with this tower. It looks a little wonky. There's no really much of decoration or anything like that. That's probably coming on in a later date, I suppose. But this tower over here is all these towers are going to be for storage really for the most part. I don't think I'll ever use this much storage in the end. If I was building this in the overworld, then maybe I might get to use all the storage, but most of the storage isn't going to be used. It's probably just going to sit here and look kind of neat and fancy. But kind of later on, I want to replace all the stairs in this place with water elevators. So it's a little quicker to get up and down. And from here and on up, it's about the same kind of look, except it's on different sides. You have these little offshoots where storages like chests and stuff are going to be, and also in these center platforms here is also where they're going to also be. Nothing has changed much up there. I have added in a storage, or not storage, a fish farm. So, and it works in the end, which is nice to know. At least for now, it works for now. At 1.16, the water mechanics are going to change, so it's no longer going to function the same. But basically, I have these here, which this is a redstone clock powered by this torch, and this controls everything. So those redstone lines are powered when this thing is turned on, which blocks the signal, yada yada yada, and this turns off that. So when I flip it, it turns on and dispenses things out of this. That way, it clears out everything, all the things that you don't really want. It clears that out, and up here is where it starts. And I didn't really get many when I tried, so I'm thinking I'm going to get rid of that block there and expose it to the sky and see if that changes anything. But yeah, so what I want to do now, what I want to move on to now, is I want to make the end more sustainable. That being said, I have to find a place to put a farm and have things for a farm. And I was thinking I could put it down over here, like inside the hole, to kind of make it like look kind of cool. And that's kind of what I'm leaning towards at the moment. It's probably a little dangerous, but that's the fun of it. And there's not really much else anywhere else I can do it. I suppose I could do something in the sky, like have a tower going up and then expanding out drastically, and that will be where the farms are going to be, as per what's going to be in the farms. Trees, plants, wheat, potatoes, carrots, and I want to try and get animals down here. I don't know how entirely possible that it's going to be, but I definitely would like to try it. So I'm just trying to wrestle the idea of which one I should do, inside the hole or build like a huge thing. for it up in the sky. Okay, so I am over here in this flat little world. Damn, look at that FPS go. Okay, never mind. So what we're going to do is work on some design. So let's go ahead and grab. It's probably gonna be made out of endstone bricks, stone brick. Infested. No. Let's go with stone brick. Okay, so now it's gonna be kind of like a basic design. I kind of want it pretty high up in the sky. I just don't know how I'm gonna do it. 2, 3. I can do like a hexagon shape. So do something like that. That very well could just be some of the platforms. Okay. Right. So far what I've come up with is this huge platform. So each of these 4 thingamajiggies are going to be kind of like the legs of the structure. So it's going to be going up, I don't know by how much. It'll just go up until I see that it's sufficient enough for looks. This is going to be a huge project. Huge project. Alright, so I've come up with a different idea. So instead of having a humongous platform, we could just do towers of food. So like this is an idea for a tower I came up with. It's practically square and it looks cool. See, that's the important part. That it looks super cool. And so this bottom part here can be like the general area where, and then the top part, as you go up, there'd be layers of like grass and stuff. And this part, this middle part here, would feed water to every single patch of dirt that's in here. Now, the one thing that I'm trying to determine is how we would actually get up and down from this. We could just, like, at the front entrance or something, add, like, something along the lines of, like, that. Okay, so there's that, and on the back side here, do that as well. And alright, so we can do something along these lines. It took me way too long to figure this out. But do something along these lines that will take us to each and every floor. And so, like, yeah, each floor, there will be... There has to be some way to stop at each floor. I'm just trying to think of a way, and I just can't. So maybe we might just end up just doing ladders. But I like this design, and I think we're gonna go with it. Alright, so considering all things that I have planned with the towers, and I did some thinking about it, and I have this idea that I like a lot. Okay, so this whole notion of trying to do things over in here is going to go ahead. I do like the idea of filling in this hole. Okay, so like all, yeesh, if I can fly, all down here is going to be filled in with dirt and other things. So at the bottom is going to be dirt with, I'm going to do probably trees at the bottom. And probably, ouch, probably animals as well. Okay, I'm just gonna stop flying because I'm gonna get myself killed. Um, so I'm gonna do trees and stuff at the bottom, along with animals if I can get them down here. As for the towers, here's my plan for that. I am going to put them periodically around. So around this area, and so it's gonna look pretty cool. It's gonna be like a little bit of that, but over here, and I'm gonna connect them via a wall. And that way, it's a little bit more safety than anything else. We can be walking in here, no one would fall in this giant hole. And for the top, I'm thinking of doing kind of like a little glass area that you can walk out on and hang out on, and I think that part's gonna be pretty cool. So I'll get started on that at some point, but the video is already upwards of 10 minutes long, and I don't want to go past that too much because most of y'all will stop watching after 2 minutes. But if you are here at the end, I congratulate you. And it's my videos are typically sort of boring. I'm gonna try to find a way to do them, but it's been once again the boredom of recording is setting in after 3 videos. So I'm just going to push through them, but now that I have this project to work on, I'm thinking it's going to end up doing pretty well. And I'm definitely going to hopefully work on it, especially when school's over. As soon as school's end, I will have nothing else to do besides work. So this is going to be fun. Let's go ahead. And I will keep y'all posted on it. And I'll definitely bring you along for the start of the journey and the end. As for the what's in between, maybe not. I'll just we have to go. We have to go by what happens.